What is a carabiner? A carabiner is a small device, like this one here, and it's got many uses. We've got backpacking, general purpose stuff, and fidgeting. It's got a lot of uses, and that's the problem. Look at these prices. Downright outrageous. I'm seeing $4, $5, some $7. I saw, I think, a $9 in there. Let's take this one, for example. All right, so we've got 10 carabiners. That's $9 a carabiner, $1.11 per carabiner. What is this, America? I should not be paying over $1 for a simple carabiner. And this is where my project comes in handy. Now I'm here to show you my journey at making an affordable, useful carabiner. This, version 1. Now you'll notice off of all of these, they're all broken. And that's because I had to stress test them to make sure they were good enough for y'all's viewing. And because of that, we have 10 versions to go through. So let's start with here. We've got 4 boxed edges, and I'll show you where they all break. And this clip doesn't even work. And this hinge is not good. Is not good, right? Version 2. This one, better. You can see where I started rounding the edges off. You can see that it actually kind of holds in place, right? And you can see it broke in the exact same spot. Actually, a little bit worse. Maybe that's a clue for the future. Next up, this is version 3. And it started me down a rabbit hole, I'll be honest, okay? So right, there's a thing called a quick link, yeah? You know, it's one of those. And so, you know, it broke, obviously, they all did. This one snapped here. It was weird, right? This thing actually kind of held, and hold should have slipped into here, obviously doesn't, and would have gone around that. That was the theory. It didn't work, right? And I call it a rabbit hole because, well, it wasn't good, right? It wasn't a good idea, which leads us to number 4, right? And this one's a bit of a hodgepodge of pieces. So this one, we've got, is this the right one? No, here it is, right? To my left, a Lego set of pieces, right? So we've got another one, black now. That was the last white one y'all are gonna see. I ran out of white filament, and I wanted this video to come out someday, not no day. So we've got a pretty bad hold that it barely threads in, but not very doable. A hinge that completely broke, and a hold that completely broke, right? Not so good, not so good. But next up was number 5. This one is the last one of the threads you're gonna see. And the last of, I would argue, the first generation, right? Coming after this, you're gonna see me coming into myself, and you'll notice something new. So we've got this one shrapneled off into 3 pieces, and you'll notice this was the first one that included a little circle bit right there, right? That little circle bit, it's what I would consider the first good idea I had, right? Circles are cool. They distribute force easier. They're like a triangle, you know? Because it's not a square, it's easier. Why? I don't have any idea. What do you think I'm in college for, right? Anyway, this was the first good one. And now, for the second good idea. Oh, hey. Version 6. This one has got 3 of those circles. It's got a hinge that's actually pretty nice. And this one, I went to my local gym and tried to see if I could hold it up on a weight, you know, be cool with it. That didn't work. One second. Yeah, hinge snapped this way. First time that's ever happened. Whatever, didn't do that again. I looked like, you know, kind of a weirdo in the gym anyway with a 3D printed part, so whatever. We live with what we live with. This one was cool, you know? I liked this one. It had some of the best vibes, I think. But next up, we've got version 7. This one is a lot bigger. 1 second. Version 6, version 7. An obvious difference. This one is 20% scaled up, right? And this one broke here, but you know, this one's got a unique story to it. But before we get into that, what I thought was an interesting thing is those hinges worked fine. Look at this. It takes effort and it actually snaps in. Like, it's good. This is the first good one. And in case you're wondering how this one broke, you know. Okay, version 7 stress test. Gonna try to hang from it. All right. Yeah, not so fun. I will not lie. That hurt really bad. But luckily, I learned from my mistake and I didn't do that again. You know. But next up, we've got version 8. Second to last. Version 10, like I said before, right? That's just a duplicate of version 9. We'll get to that. But version 8. This one is awesome. It is a complete copy of version 7. Same size, there's nothing new design-wise. But it's got 10% more density. So 3D printing, right? 70% infill for this one means that 70% of this is dense plastic, 30% hollow space. I put 10% more into this, and interesting enough, we went from a breakpoint up here to a breakpoint down there, which has some implications that I don't really care about. And now, for my personal favorite, version 9. Now, version 9 is special, right? You've already seen the fall video, right? Version 9 weight test. Okay, it's not breaking. Oh! Damn! Oh. You know, that one, ooh, took it right here in the ribs. You hate to feel it. And also, it's the only one I'm missing a piece for. I don't actually know where it is, right? My desk is a hodgepodge of everything, but I can't find it. So it shows that it's unique, but it was also really strong, right? That video, it took a lot. You know, I had to like get back up for it to snap. Version 7, it was out of there, right? 9, it's here to stay. It's got a good draw, right? This is a generational carabiner. And what's it topped by? Version 10.
So I know there was a point when you walked in during the grand creation of the carabiner. What were your original thoughts?
Why was he wasting his time with this? He was creating and engineering something that had already been invented and using worse materials. There was no point to just making that at all.
Okay. When the final product of the masterpiece was displayed, what was your reaction then?
I was surprised it even got that far. It went through probably dozens of variations, each working worse and worse than the last. He just wasted his time.
And final question, is there anything you can think of that is equivalent or even greater than this carabiner?
Probably a Tesla Cybertruck. Those things have no foresight put into them. It is basically equivalent. I would say the carabiner is even better because it just...
So, to summarize, he left with carabiner and no further questions will be asked.